not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, folks, it's Babbage and Air. We're back in business. We're in the long dark. We are just chilling here and ready to live our good life. Okay, we are on day 6. I believe day 11. We are hoping on a hammer or bedroll set. Oh, look at that. Hacksaw. So that means we've got 2 hacksaws. Well, that's clever. Maybe we'll take both with us. Take both with us and drop one off somewhere. Okay, it's going to be a little tricky out here. Yeah, not really happy about that. Looks dangerous. We don't have a flare. I'm gonna have to stay here overnight. How are we doing for matches? Only 2 matches left.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Got water. We've got food. Okay. Perhaps this is the best we can do right now. Oh, we're almost out of fuel. That's no good. Okay. Nope, that's definitely a no. That's not going to happen, is it? What do I have for food? We'll survive. This is not looking like a good time to leave. Okay, we accept defeat. Okay. So if you're just dropping in and curious what we're doing, I am Babbage-nator. I stream The Long Dark, and I am doing a challenge called Roll With It, which I designed a couple of years back, and I've beaten this exactly once, and I'm making my 2026 attempt to see if I can do it in shorter amount of time. And it's basically visit every region in the entire game, but the catch is this. Whenever you arrive in a new region, you roll a die, and it tells you how many days you have to stay. You can't leave early, and you can't leave late. And the size of the die, the number of sides on the die, increases over time. So for the first 50 days, major regions are just 1 to 10 days. And micro regions or transition zones, things like Crumbling Highway or Winding River or Ravine, those are 1 to 4 days. But after day 50, it becomes 1 to 20 days in major regions and 1 to 6 days in transition zones. And then at day 100, transition zones go to 1 to 8, and at day 150, they go to 1 to 10. and that's where it stops. So you could get stuck in regions that are very large and only have a short amount of time to navigate them and explore and loot however you can, and other regions in which you are going to have to spend a long time in a region that has very little resources. So you can't tell in advance because you don't know until you arrive, so you have to plan for every possibility, or trust that you can scavenge enough or hunt enough when you get to the new region. And when you revisit a region, you still have to roll. So if you are, let's say, passing through Crumbling Highway on the way to Desolation Point, and you only roll 2 days in Desolation Point and suddenly are turning around and coming back through Crumbling Highway, guess what? If you looted it solid and you still don't have a bow, you are now going to have to rely on whatever food you brought in. So, yeah. Anyways, it's a fun little challenge. It's very difficult. I have lost many, many times in my last region, which is usually Blackrock, and so it is an interesting way to hone your skills, to survive in uncertain, unexpected ways, to be forced to travel in conditions that you normally would pass on, and do other things that require taking greater risks because you have to go. So that's that. And for me, who I am a writer. I'm also a computer games programmer, or former computer games programmer, creative writing coach, and data librarian right now. So, yeah. Currently, we are trying to survive Coastal Highway for 5 days. We still don't have a bedroll. We're running low on matches. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time here. So we are down to
too heavy to carry.
2 sticks. We have an extra hacksaw, which we'll probably leave at the Kwanzaa once we get there. Okay, what can we do in the meantime? 34. And it just does not look like a good time to travel right now. Anything else we can do? We have some food in our belly. We could teach ourselves. We're 2 away from this. Might as well do that. Okay. Huzzah, we were cooking 2. Eating through most of our rations right now. How much coal do we still have? We still have lots of coal. In this scenario, we could, in theory, leave. Travel at night. The visibility is not terrible, but it is worsening. Fog is rolling in. stay put, we can just let these things cure a little bit more. I don't suppose we've got enough light to read by. Sometimes. Sometimes you can sit up here and read. Even at night. Now it's too dark to read. Yeah, once the snow sets in, then it's too dark to read. Yep, blizzard, not good. How are we doing for time? We're on day 7. I.e., we have completed 1 day here. $51. Well, times like these, might as well build a fire. We're just preparing our next meal. Certainly have enough porridge. Looks like the storm has passed. Okay, off we go. Time to get out of here. A quick circle to see if there's anything we missed. We did. Where are you at? Chasing the deer? He's chasing the deer. Deer or rabbits. Something out there. Got something. Yep, you got the deer. As tempting as it would be to like chase off the wolf and eat the deer, reality is we need to get to the Quonset. We need to find our bedroll. We need to do a lot of stuff. And that's a lousy spot. That's way up there. So we'll see tonight. It's kind of quiet tonight. We'll see who shows up and who pops in later on YouTube to watch the VOD, Twitch, whatever, wherever you guys are wanting to watch it. You're welcome to catch it. Yeah. So right now the goal is just to get to the Quonset and hope that we find the hammer and or the bedroll there. If not, we have a few more places to search in the area, but that would be the best. Finding the hammer in Coastal Highway will definitely make our life much, much easier. This is one of the endpoints on the map, so if you can deal with it and not return, that is the best. Because unfortunately, once you get to Desolation Point, that is the end of, it's the edge of the world. Can't go anywhere from there. Okay, now we want to do it. Now we want to grab blue torch. We'll be coming down the mountain. Bones in the den. The bear is capable of spawning here. We see tracks. No tracks, so the bear is pretty far out somewhere else.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Come on. Pretty frozen. Okay.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, we're gonna go out here mainly because we were curious. Curious to see if there are saplings that we can harvest out here. So right now we have birch, but we have no maple, and we definitely could benefit from maple saplings. So, as some of you know, I am currently running two different D&D games, two different groups, on different nights of the week. And I'm finding one of the groups is doing great at sticking with their schedule or even being flexible enough on a few weeks when I have not been free on Thursdays and we've had to reschedule to a different night of the week. So they've been very accommodating and it's been a lot of fun. And campaign's progressing well. They're nearing, I think, the end of the this first, we'll call it a season, right? We feel like we've had a number of smaller arcs, but now we're coming up at the season finale in a couple weeks, if we want to use that metaphor or analogy, and quite excited about that. But the other group has been plagued with scheduling challenges, people going out of town for extended periods of time, and just all sorts of other complications. And we had yet another week in which last minute there were cancellations and we did not have game. So like really right up until like 45 minutes before the game. Yeah, we don't have a pry bar. But we should at least be able to get a pry bar.
This much gear.
Oops. Oh no! Oh no! That was the last of our matches, right? Yep, that was the last match.
Sure getting cold.
And it is gusty. I do not like this at all. Wolf down there. And our torch just went out. Okay, bad news. We need to find matches. This is going to be a very sucky way to die.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up a bit.
Guess what we could try to do is we could try to find a car to get into. A wolf on the road. This is not fun. We really need there to be matches in this house. Or a flare. Something. Otherwise, we'll have to dump a bunch of stuff and try to travel light to dash.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Getting a little worried here.
I think I can use this.
Take that over to the Kwanzaa boat. Where are my matches? Nothing on the table. Another pair of shoes. A boat over here. Firewood. No matches. Yeah, this is not good.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Sweatshirt. Okay. Well, you might end up just staying here overnight. Can't do much about this situation here. Okay, let's drop 10 in here just to lighten our load a little bit. Do I feel lucky? That's the real question. Do I feel lucky? Do I think I can get there? I'm traveling fairly light now. Can we get across the road in time?
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, we made it. Survive a little bit longer.
I think I can use this.
But the real question is, will we find matches?
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
likes. That's helpful. But it's not matches.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Okay, come on. No, we're just doing lottery. See if we win matches. Not looking good.
Barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, this is not good. We did not find matches. This could be very, very bad.
This'll come in handy.
Yep. No hammer. No matches. Just trouble. Whetstone. Shouldn't we at least get a flare somewhere? Not even a flare.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Oh, not looking good. Okay, so what can we do here? We can refuel this. Oh. Okay, slightly better. Maybe we should have taken sneakers. So I'm wondering if viewership will be low this month because of World Cup. That is actually a very real possibility. Anything we need to drop? Okay, what are we going to do here? Still early. Better visibility though. See if we missed any matches. Still no pry bar. And we'll try the cars. Maybe we'll get lucky in one of the cars.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Nope. Stay low. Come on, matches. Not gonna be here, are they? Nope. Oh, this is not good. We are trapped here without matches. This could be a very short, terrible run. We started off pretty well, actually, but this losing that mist strike as we were coming in and the big windstorm just really
I'm not sure I can carry
made
much
us
more.
vulnerable here. That's what I can do. We could wait for a blizzard. That's a long shot.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Decenter. Where can I go for matches? There's a good chance of matches. We are on day 8 now.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Bear over there. Okay, let's go this way. Try this again in daylight, see if we have some better views. Not holding my...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Swap these out.
My
Okay.
stomach feels like an empty pit.
We can sprint. We can sprint really fast. Let's drop one of these here. Or drop it over there.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
See if we can get to one of the fishing huts and hope that there's matches there. We also struck out on the bedroll too, so this is like all round bad. No hammer, no bedroll. This trip to Coastal Highway is kind of doomed.
Not sure I can carry much more.
If we find matches, we can turn this around. If we can't find matches... Yay! Who's starting the streak? Welcome back. Much appreciated. Why is that here? Cheers. And big stretch. Reach for the sky. Reach for the stars. And Baba. Walk, walk, walk. We are back. Oh. So how have things been? I got back from my week in Montreal on Saturday. You saw me streaming Sunday. And then I was running a game Monday night. I was supposed to run a game last night, and last minute people all bailed on me. The Tuesday group has become increasingly flaky. They do want to continue the campaign, but there's just a lot of scheduling issues. Our current problem right now is that we have used the last of our matches up. And so that's a problem. We have no matches, we have no bedroll, and no hammer. We also have no flares. We are kind of in a bind. We're doing our best to avoid wolves. But if we bump into the wolf or the bear, it is game over. It's day 9. Already day 9. That's one of the other things I do not like about this run is we had such a late spawn. It is going to make all our movement difficult. I made the mistake of making chocolate chip cookies last night and then working from home today, which meant I snacked on chocolate chip cookies throughout most of the day, which was not the right idea. That was not the good idea.
I wonder if I can drop
Yeah, they would have lasted longer if I had not done that way. Ooh. I don't know if it was genius. It was not productive. The goal was to actually have a stash of chocolate chip cookies to supplement, like to have dessert for myself for the next week or so. Instead, I basically consumed a week's worth of cookies in 48 hours. Yeah, that's not good. It's late. We still don't have a pry bar. Oh, what's happening to you, buddy? You're shrinking. I'm a little concerned.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
A little worried there. Oh, that's what was hiding there. What's going on here? That's still messed up. Oh well. Hey, Blake Cactus, welcome in. We are experiencing a minor challenge right now. We are currently without matches. This is a big problem. No matches. We do have a lantern now, but we ran out of matches. Thanks to a rather ill-timed misstrike when we only had one match left. It's really sad. And then a windstorm which took out that one, the last torch. So we're in Coastal Highway coasting with no matches, no torches that we can use. Doing the best we can. Okay. Is there anything else we can... Oh, look, we have enough to do one of these. Oh, a few of these. Okay, let's do that. I really wish they would add, like, a difficult but not impossible, like, emergency fire starting technique. You know, just some way to try to make a friction fire, whether with a bow drill or with something else, when you don't have matches at all. When you don't have anything else, you don't have a... Okay, should we try to make it to the mine or not? Maybe we'll try. Well, what will we do in the mine? Oh, we have the lantern.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. I feel like our best bet is going to be to try to get to the mine. Let's see if we can get through here. Let's see if we can find those matches. It's our only light source. Let's hope we find more fuel too. Still no pry bar.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, 3 strikes. feeling very lucky right now. Got nothing else. No matches, no flares. We have struck out again. Not good. No flares. Okay. Astrid. This is not good. It's really game over if we have to go. Almost anywhere we go from here is just going to be bad without matches or bedroll. Like, I have died in the ravine without a fire in the early game. I know that is potentially fatal to do that.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, it looks like we're here overnight. Can we steal Methuselah's glasses to make fire? I wish. Okay, we are officially at 2 crackers, right? 2 boxes of crackers. Let's at least enjoy that little notation. Oh, we're no longer tracking it. Okay, well, that's okay. 2 crackers. What are we eating? We are eating.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, I guess it's still a little early. I ended up working from home today because I was coworker and I were team teaching an online workshop as part of it's called Compute Ontario, which provides like these training courses and workshops for both students and young professionals in the library and information science fields. And so, yeah, so that's what we were doing. And because we are currently, the floor we're on at work is still cubicles, it really doesn't make sense to try to teach a class where you have to be speaking for like half an hour, or hour and a half at a time. You know, and disrupting everyone else around you. So, it just made sense to work from home. But I was telling Ichi earlier that last night I made a batch of chocolate chip cookies, thinking I'd have like, enough dessert things for myself for the next week or so. And instead, because I was working from home, I ended up snacking, and that was not good. So I have defeated that purpose. I consumed too many chocolate chip cookies in a 48-hour period of time. So I might make. I did a couple weeks ago. I made banana bread, and I might do that again. That might be tomorrow. Make some banana bread, and then if I make 2 loaves, I might freeze 1 loaf. It's what my mother always does. Partly so, I mean, it'll keep for a few months that way, but also it'll prevent me from snacking on it. I have to thaw it out first if I want to have any. Let's see. Anything else I want to take care of here? Start reading this. Oh, I guess we've already been reading it. Bedtime story. We feel lucky. I don't think we feel lucky. Oh, look at us. We got another stupid bot. Go away. A lot of my remaining food supply requires me to be able to cook, and that is a problem. I will get by with cattails, and these guys might buy me a little bit more time, but eventually I need to start cooking things, and I can't cook without a fire.
God, I could eat a horse.
And we're running low on water. We may have to go out to the islands. That's a really risky move.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Speaking of risky moves, we are going to try to do this. This may not be the fastest way there, but this is the surest way. We know we can follow the road.
Oh, so cold.
anything? Nope. Also not warm enough. Sewing kit. Come on, matches. No matches.
So hungry.
Okay, let's hope for matches.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Interesting. Hook. Still no matches. Still no matches. Still no matches. Candy bar, but no matches. Try the next one.
I think I can use this.
Matches is what I could use. Nope. Not useful. Okay, we'll try the last one.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Then it's the workbench, and then it is the island. If we were gonna go to the island without matches, the best time to do it is in the middle of the blizzard.
Damn, I'm freezing. Use this.
Nothing else. Okay. This may be a terrible idea, but it's the only idea we got.
I wonder if I can drop any of this here.
This is almost certainly a terrible idea. Problem of trying to aim for the island in the middle of a blizzard? Not great. But sometimes you get lucky. Okay, we somehow pulled that off. I have no idea. Makes me look like I know what I'm doing, but it was mostly guesswork. Okay.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Between Jackrabbit and Misanthropes, usually there are matches somewhere. Like sometimes, yeah, those are nice. That's nice. Row boots is an upgrade. And we know we're going to get water here. Okay, let's start searching for matches.
I am not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I would really like to find some matches. Then I can actually cook things. Where are we at? Are we at 10 yet? Almost day 10. It would have already been in here. And already looted here. At this point, Windbreaker will help keep us at least less damage from the wind. Okay, what do we got here that we can go with? These guys we can harvest. Hour and 15. I'm just going to drop these for now. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Need a little bit more cloth. We're on day 10. We've got 1 day left. Where are we going? Well, we got to get into our position. So our closest position is going to be...
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
So what we got here? Oh, it's so tempting if we could just cook that. Man.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, this is bad news. I'm losing faith in this run. No bedroll, no hammer, and no matches. No flares. Let's head to Misanthropes, and then we'll see how this plays out next time. Hey, welcome in, Goblin Fox. And let's give you a shout out here. Let's see what you were playing. ELD as well? Yes! Long Dark. Welcome in, fellow Long Dark players. Good to see you.
We may have to go check out what they are looking at.
Right now, in the middle of our challenge. So we are doing a challenge which I call Roll With It.
Oh, shit.
Here.
Oh, shit. Do not want. Do not want. And he's too labored down to really run. Oh.
I evaded a moose one time in Ash Canyon by sticking
I think the crows may be coming for him.
Running around.
I think they might be.
Until I got basically separated myself and to get away. But it was not fun. It was definitely a close call. I've had many experiences with being moose stomped. Yeah. So anyways, we're doing a challenge where I have to visit, it's Interloper, we visit every single region in the entire world. The catch is that we don't know how long we're going to stay in each region until we arrive, because we roll a die when we arrive, and the size of that die increases over time. So we have the added wrinkle of having used up the last of our matches and needing to navigate and explore a coastal highway while we're still looking for a bedroll and a hammer. So we do have hacksaw, we do have a pot and a pan. We have no flares and no matches, so we have no fire sources. Trying to do our best to survive. That's a deer, I think. Yeah, it's a deer. Okay. We're hoping to find ourselves some matches. We do have a lantern, so we do have one light source.
I can drop any of this gear.
And once again, I arrive someplace where I hope to find matches, and there are no matches. Often, but not always, there are matches on this table, but it's not the case.
Perfect.
No, we're not eating moldy raw rabbit with no fire. Well, I guess what we could do is we could take it out. Then we'll just drop it over here. Yeah, then we can come back for it. Yeah, so this particular challenge I have made, let's see, the first time I beat it, it took me over 30 tries before I was able to beat it. And some of those tries, I made it all the way to the last region before having a tragic death due to Timberwolves in Blackrock, because frequently I postpone Blackrock until the very end and then pay a price. So,
I'll take it.
This time, still good. But I decided I'd try a new attempt in 2026. So this is my 10th attempt this year to beat this particular challenge. And there are aspects of this run that already are looking like we are probably not going to make it. Any delay in getting a hammer and getting forged is going to mean you are much more precarious. Any delay in having lots of ways to start fires will also hurt. So, like, I do not have any matches or flares left. Am I capable of surviving without fire? Yes. I've done personal challenges where I've gone 30 days or 50 days with no matches and no matches, and just relied on whatever other fire sources I could find, but the rule was no matches. So I can do that. And I've gone as long as 41 days without a bedroll before, so I could live like that. But trying to combine those is usually a bad idea. So our very first success on this challenge took us to 303 days. And you can kind of tell, like, I created this challenge primarily because I get bored after 100 days and usually don't do long runs. And so this is a way to force me to spend a lot longer in the game. Yeah. We'll see where we go from here. But right now in this run, we're on day 10. We leave on day 11. We have to be out by midnight of day 11. And this day turns over based on your spawn time. So we spawned in late afternoon, early evening. So unfortunately, that means that we only have a few hours each time to get out. We have until midnight. So let's say that's 6 p.m. We have like 6 hours to get out. It's not impossible, but if the weather is not cooperative, it can be pretty stressful. Okay, we are going to be here. And we still do not have matches. Let's see what we can do about doing some repairs. I think this plaid shirt is... Let's see if I'm wrong. No. Okay, so this is... Honestly, I don't know. Less protection.
Am I gonna have to drop it and run?
Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's see, what are our plans? We are very cold. Well, we're very wet. We're soaked. Less soaked than we were before, but still pretty soaked. Okay. But we are going to stay here. Water-wise... How are we doing? Still got plenty of water. Food-wise... We can survive on this stuff. Okay, risky fish eaten. Really want to get some fire going here. cabin fever is.
God, I'd eat anything right about now.
What do we got here? Cloth. Oh, we're supposed to have dropped that.
I could eat.
Okay, I'm going to eat a couple cattails. Mainly because it's too early to get out there, but we can do something productive, and that's finish reading our book on shooting a bow. Even though,
I could
let's
eat
be
a horse.
perfectly honest, the odds of us making it that far based on our current challenges, no fire and no bedroll. What's our next bet? Do we try... Alright, 13...
I never thought I'd be dying from starvation.
Yep. Get out of here. Spend some time outside before we get the official cabin fever. If we get cabin fever, then it's really going to be hard to do anything about that. Well, if we go to, whatchamacallit, see, there's the bear going over there. No. Something over here. Please be some dude with matches. Yeah, I fear things are going to go really badly for us. We're 98% chance of cabin fever. We have no matches, and we need to go either to the ravine or to Crumbling Highway. Crumbling Highway will have matches. It's just that, we won't even be able to get there because we would have to go through the mine. Well, we are royally screwed. We got a lantern, we just don't have enough fuel. Oh, good job. Good job, Astrid. Got all those extra bandages, might as well use them. Now it's foggy, so we have no idea where Mr. Bear is. Okay, this is our last... Wow. This is our Hail Mary shot.
My fingers feel numb.
Wolves are out there. Okay. Wow, this feels like more bad luck. We're not going to go that direction. We're not trying to go back to the Quonset. I think we go back to... It's too early for us to leave. And we know place is safe to stay, so I think we go... It's a little too foggy to see. Well, and we have no torch. So I think do a quick check on the bear den here. Then we go stay up in the cabin, and we'll clock out for the night. And next time, we will try to figure out how we're going to survive this. Because right now, it doesn't look good. It does not look good. So let's try this backpack and see if there's anything useful. Matches?
This stuff will come in handy.
No, usually it's just a field dressing book. And the irony is that the last thing that got field dressed there was probably the guy wearing the backpack. So.
If I don't warm up soon.
Well, this is a critical problem right here. Now, our only choice is really to go to Crumbling Highway, partly because it's the closest exit to here, but also it's one that doesn't require us to use a torch to travel through the tunnel. Because the tunnel, hopefully we find matches or fuel for our lantern in there. Or we just get taken down by wolves as soon as we enter it. That could also happen. So, hey buddy, you got a spare match? No match. Okay.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I'm not sure about a lot of things, Astrid. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here. We're getting close to wrap up time. As is customary, let's see here. We are officially on day 10. Already done the other updates. We saved for entering in. As is for those of you who came in with the raid that may have missed this earlier, I am a writer. I am the author of 2 books of poetry, and I'm also a former computer games programmer, a creative writing coach, and most recently I've become a data librarian, which means I'm a librarian that works with digital and data collections, statistics, analysis, Python, things like that. And we always end our streams with me reading poetry. So we are going to read, let's see, I'll go to my home chooser and we'll see what we get. Do that to the street position. And we haven't done that one in a while. This comes from my first book of poetry. Okay, so we might do 2 poems because we got some new people in here. So this is The Lost Country of Sight. This is my first book of poetry, published in 2008, winner of the 2007 Philip Levine Prize for Poetry. And this poem, it was published by Anhinga Press. Yeah, so I think it's about all you need to know. So shout out to them for picking this up for publication. This is To the Street Musician. So I'll read the poem, I give you a little behind the poem, and then tonight we might read a second poem just for fun. To the Street Musician. What rattles at the bottom of the voice raised against the cold is not a question of grace, nor an echo of storms burning in the street lamp's glare. Some nights all you have are fingers and old wood, blending steel and voice down an electric line to the heart. How you hold this 6-string mystery close to your chest, unlock hands from neck, let the hollow frame fill, an old vessel of words burning slowly down. All night you travel in the ears of women in empty cars, passing in the dark, wondering to themselves, how far is it to home? How far to the narrow bed, the open window, the quartered moon sinking like a hand across the fretted sky. So this poem kind of came about when I was living in Los Angeles. I was working as a computer games programmer and writing poetry on the side. I'd been doing both for a very long time, and so it was very natural for me to move back and forth between programming and poetry. Where I was living, Glendale, California, Glendale next to Burbank, so on the outskirts of LA, and I remember, like, sometimes on weekends or during holidays, vacation days, I might be, the rare times I got vacation days, I'd sometimes, I think it was like Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I was stuck in Los Angeles. My family's in Canada, and I was living in LA. And one time there was a problem with my passport renewal. They rejected my photo and delayed the processing of my passport, and I was unable to leave to go home for Christmas. So I spent Christmas very much alone, and I would go out in the evenings just to get out of my apartment. I would walk around the city at night. And Glendale's very, very safe, compared to other places in Los Angeles. And I would, and Glendale had a main stretch called Brand Avenue, and there was like theater space there. There were bookstores. It was restaurants. It was a very cool place to kind of walk up and down. Lots of variety of things. And there were buskers, people playing music. And I remember walking by and just thinking about, just what travels. You listen to something, and sometimes you're caught off guard because you're not expecting a moment of beauty. The person playing the music might not be the person that you would expect to be able to produce that particular sound or that particular song. And so I kind of was caught by that, and it stuck with me. And then a couple months later, I would spend there's a little window of time between the end of my workday and when I would leave work because of traffic. I would stay a little bit later, and sometimes I would write poetry during that time. And so I wrote about, reflecting on the street musician, the busker, and what travels with us, And here I imagine sort of the way in which that song or that music would travel in the ears of passersby, each of whom was, like many people in Los Angeles, another isolated, lonely person traveling in another vehicle. Like LA is full of people driving to one destination from another, completely alone in their cars. It's like a very full city of people who live very lonely lives often. So, so anyways, that's the first poem, and we'll do something else. If you caught this, the book was published in 2008, long before The Long Dark, and yet I find it, profoundly funny and ironic and eerie that a number of the poems in the book feel like they are lifted straight out of the world of The Long Dark. And I'll give you an example of that, and see how many things sound like they come straight out of the narrative of The Long Dark. Let's do At the End of Poetry, also from the Lost Countryside. First, the high, brilliant sky in its perfect cold. The snow laid down in drifts as thin as flame, and the last taste of barbed wire rusting on the post, almost gone. From the memory of one thing comes another, grief embodied in a scarf whipped free by the wind, the red-tailed hawk spun in the distant sun, the smallest of satellites, the frozen earth complete with tiny lakes of glass. Here, almost invisible against the deafening fields, the remains of a small boat sunk low in the drained slough, forgotten but for the crows and the few final reeds that persist in its shade. These are journeys we never take, but fold back over again. Clippings of fires, wars, deaths, rebirths. At night, the coals settle in the stove, the kettle steams. Outside, always a man in a heavy coat, with a lantern in hand, moving through the dark towards the whitening ghosts of trees. So a lot of things are kind of happening in this poem. Obviously, I spent a lot of time in my childhood. About, close to 10 years of my childhood was spent in Saskatchewan. And, a little bit in the north and mostly, in the south. But the winters there were absolutely brutal. And I remember when we did live in North Battleford, and we'd visit friends who lived on farms, just how remote and how cold that was. And if storms were out there, just you could be trudging along in a blizzard like that. And so, yeah, it's weird to kind of read this again and think about like how many of these images just fit right into the world of the Long Dark. Even down to that last image, the man in the heavy coat with the lantern in hand, moving through the dark towards the whitening ghosts of trees. That's very much like a Long Dark image. Yeah, and the scarf, whipped free and caught on something fluttering in the wind. Very much Long Dark. Yeah. Anyway, so a couple things. If you're interested in what I do as a poet, feel free to check out more information about my books at my website. And other than that, I'll be back again. I think Friday. I think Friday's the plan. So I'll be back Friday for another stream. Usually I'll stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or I'll stream Saturday and Sunday, but we'll see. Yeah, but anyways, it's time for me to get some sleep, so let's go find someone to raid, and we'll be back again a couple days. Okay, so first step, find someone to stream to raid. So we're gonna pick up and visit, see who's out there right now. Tina Bug! We haven't seen Tina Bug in ages, and Tina Bug's about to embark on a journey into zone of contamination. Oh no. That will be interesting. Okay, thank you all for hanging out with me. We will get this raid ready to go, and then we'll hop over there. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Thank you all. See you all tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, later this week.